Good day, everyone. My name is Sibilia Luzbemenda. So for today, I'm going to discuss about the teaching profession and the elements inherent in the teaching profession. So I hope that everyone will listen to my discussion because this is part of our um, assignment to our subject. All right. So first, I will uh, have the introduction. So the introduction, this presentation explores what teaching truly is and the multiple dimension of being a teacher. So we will delve into the teacher's role as a person, professional, community leader, model of character, and expert. So this discussion is all about um, being a teacher or a teacher in her position and in her role and many more. So I hope that we as being a future teacher will give this important of this topic. So what is teaching? So first we will discuss. So what is teaching? So teaching is the intentional process of facilitating learnings. So we know that teaching is the intentional, not directional. So when we say intentional, there is a process of facilitating learning. So you as teacher, we should facilitate learning to the students. So it involves interaction, communication, and the transformation or knowledge into wisdom. We know the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge means in the mind lang, but wisdom, there is an application. So we as a teacher, we should impart to the children the wisdom, not only the knowledge, to have the full transformation of the student. So we should involve interaction. So we as teacher, we do not only speak or teach them, but only to interact them with what they are what they are what they have feel and what they are going to share. So we should interact them and communicate, especially because as of now students have many different problems in their lives. So we should communicate them, we should encourage them, and many more. So that is teaching. Teaching is not only about uh, presenting about the lesson, you stand in the front of the children, but teaching is about more um, interaction. That's what I'm going said earlier, and communicate them to transport them into what we are imagined to them. Okay, so next is teaching adapts to learner needs and embrace both content delivery and character formation. So this is the best definition of teaching. So teaching means is to adapt to learner needs. Okay, we know that children has many needs, and we should embrace both content delivery and character formation. Next, teaching is a moral intellectual act. Moral and intellectual act. So it's not about an immoral of the teacher, but it's the moral and intellectual act of the teacher. So beyond instruction, teaching involves guiding students to live ethically and think critically. So we know that um, in the classroom, student must learn the ethical way of their lives. So, dapat po marunong silang rumespeto sa bawat estudyante. Okay? At especially to us as a future teacher. So, meron po dapat tayong ethical in teaching and marunong po tayo mag-think critically. Okay? So, teacher helps form the minds and hearts of future citizens. So, yung guru po dapat it dapat tumutulong po to form the minds and hearts of future citizens. Kasi, di ba may mga estudyante na hindi maiwasan na pagdating sa kanilang bahay, di ba, hindi na nila na-apply yung mga natutunan nila sa school. Kasi, hindi po sila na tulungan. 'Di ba? Hindi po natin sila natulungan to change the values na hindi dapat gawin ng bata. Dapat gawin niya ng mabuti. Okay? So, the minds and the hearts of the future citizens. So, dapat po yun ang ating fokusan. Okay? So, characteristic of effective teaching. So, ano po ba yung effective teaching? Ano po ba yung mga characteristic? So, here are the characteristic of effective teaching. So, first is clarity. Clarity of your discussion, organization. So, dapat po may organize yung ating lesson kung ano po yung masusunod. Kung prayer or greetings muna. 'Di ba? Sa pag-discuss ng lesson, ano ba dapat ang mauna? So, dapat mayroon po tayong organization of our lesson. So, next, enthusiasm. So, this is the best teacher when you are enthusiastic, because children will not feel bored when you are enthusiastic. So, empathy. Okay? There are difference between sympathy and empathy. So, empathy, you have a big heart for your children, for your class. That is empathy. So, ang deep content knowledge. So, dapat marunong ka pong, alam mo pong i-deliver ang yung topics sa mga bata. Hindi gawa-gawa mo lang. Okay? So, dapat the content of the knowledge of the lessons. So, good teachers plan, reflect, and continuously grow. So, yung mabubuting guro, nagpaplano po, nagre-reflect kung throughout the day, may nagawa ba akong mabuti, ganun. So, yung pag-reflect. So, and continuous go. At patuloy pong nag-grow dapat yung teachers. So, that is the characteristic of effective teaching. So next, we will move on to the roles of a teacher. So in a teaching profession, there are rules of a teacher. So malalaman po natin dito na ang ating mga rules being a teacher. So first is, teaching requires the integration of multiple roles. So yung teaching po ay marami po siyang multiple roles, integration of multiple roles. So, we will explore each role across 5 categories. So, ating pong explore yung 5 rules across 5 categories. So, ano po ba yun? First is the teacher as a person. So, A, teacher as a whole person. Teaching is an extension of the teacher's personality and values. So we as a teacher, we are a person. Not only a person, but a whole person. Ano pong nakapaloob dyan? There is a personality and values. Once we say person, there is a personality and values of a teacher. So dapat mabuti kang guro dito. So, when we speaking about the teacher. Okay? Next, ano pa ba yung mga teacher as a whole person? Next is authenticity and self-awareness affect how students respond to teaching. Diba, pag nagtuturo tayo, alam kasi ng mga bata when we are authenticated to them, kung totoo ba yung ating mga sinasabi sa kanila. Diba? Nafe-feel ng mga bata kung tunay ka bang, may heart ka bang nagtuturo sa kanila. Kasi mafe-feel nila yun. And self-awareness, alam mo ang mga ginagawa mo. Kasi maapektuhan yan kung paano ang mga student mag-respond sa teaching mo. Kasi, pag magsalita ka ng bad words in teaching, so syempre, it affects to the student how they will respond in your teaching. So, they will speak against to you because you are not aware of yourself that you are speaking that bad words to them. So, we as a teacher, we should be aware of ourselves, of our words, of our actions, of our thought and everything. So, and the authenticity of our teaching must have in our daily life. So, being as a whole person of a teacher. Next is letter B, emotional intelligence in personal role. So, teacher must regulate their emotions, respond to students' needs, and promote positive relationship, sorry. So, dapat yung mga guro, nagre-regulate tayo ng ating emotion. Hindi lang puro lagi nating sila pinapagalitan. Dapat pinapakita din natin that we have good intention or emotions to them. That we are ready to respond the students' needs. Kasi lahat ng mga estudyante, iba-iba yung needs nila, di ba? So, iba, gusto nila nito, di ba? But, we also promote positive relationship, not negative relationship. Kasi may mga sitwasyon na nangyayari, 'di ba, nababalitaan natin na yung teacher pinapatay kasi hindi negative ang kanilang relationship to the students. So the response of the student will also negative. So we must promote positive relationship nila para ma-feel nila that they are acceptable in the classroom, that they are loved in the classroom. So that is our personal rule as being a teacher. So we have an emotional intelligence in our daily teaching to them. So next is also emotional intelligence and personal rules. So as I said earlier, it's self-awareness, empathy, and motivation are critical. So letter C is building trust and rapport. So what is building trust and rapport? It is personal presence helps in creating a safe, inclusive classroom. So this is the important that the teacher must adapt is dapat ma-feel po ng mga estudyante that they are safe in the classroom, that they are safe when they are going to the school, and an inclusive classroom. Diba, inclusive, lahat ng difference of the needs of the children are in the classroom. So, mafe-feel po yun ng mga bata when they are safe in you because their trust will depend on you. Okay? Now, magdedepende po sila kasi they are safe. They feel safe in you as a teacher. So, respect, consistency, and kindness build rapport. So, dapat po may respeto, may consistency, and kindness. Yan po ang nagbibuild ng rapport to the students. So, dapat marunong pa tayong respeto yung mga desisyon ng mga students. Hindi lang puro teacher lang yung nasusunod. Dapat marunong po tayo ng respeto sa kanilang mga desisyon in their life. And dapat consistent po yan. Hindi pa iba-iba yung pag-deal natin ng mga students. And kindness, syempre. Diba? So, may mga student kasi na sa kanilang bahay, they are not feel binibigyan sila ng halagaan at pinapakataan sila ng kindness. So, we as a teacher, dapat on the go po tayo nga dyan sa mga sitwasyon ng mga students. Okay, next. The teacher's identity. So, ano po ba yung ating mga identity as being a teacher? So, teachers carry beliefs, experiences, and biases into the classroom. So, dapat po tayo yung nagdadala ng yung mga na-experience natin, yung mga belief natin sa classroom. So, it reflecting on identity helps in becoming more inclusive and responsive. Next is impact of a teacher personality on learning. So, ano po ba yung ating impact as being a teacher? Teacher personality on learning. So, it is a positive, energetic, and fair personality increases students' engagement. So, ito po, importante po din to na kaya po yung mga students, they are engaging in the discussion because we have a fair personality to them. There's no biases on on delivering the lesson or yung pag deliver na yung pagtrato natin sa mga estudyante. So, dapat fair. And there is a positive and energetic. So, letter F, teachers' well-being. So, dapat po, mga teacher, we have a good physical health because when we are sick, we could not teach good to our students. Diba? So, dapat mentally fit po yung teacher. So, self-care is essential for sustainable teaching. Kasi, kaya nga, I think that a teacher has a medical allowance. So, may medical allowance yung mga teacher kasi, hindi natin alam na, di ba may madiskusyon na sa ng mga teacher sa pagbibiyahe papunta sa school at may sakit pala. So, hindi makakaturo ng mabuti. So, dapat pinapahalagahan din natin ang ating mga sarili para makagturo ng maayos sa mga estudyante. Okay, number 2 na po tayo kanina. Una is the teacher as a person. So, second is the teacher as a professional naman. So, bakit tinawag tayong professional? Kasi, teaching as a vocation and profession, it combines passion with ethical responsibility. So, ito po ay mas mabigat na responsibility of a teacher because we are holding the great profession in our life. We have a license, so that is why we called teacher, because we have a license, licensed professional teacher. Kaya nga tinawag tayong LPT kasi professional na tayo. So we are pwede na po tayong magturo sa school kasi we have a license. So that is the big responsibility that we hold. That's why we as a teacher, we are called professional. And it requires academic preparation, licensure, and lifelong learning. So, sa academic, sa dapat po naghahanda tayo. And lifelong learning. So, patuloy na nadadala ng mga bata ang kanilang naaral noon kasi ginawa mong lifelong to the students. Okay? Gets po ba? Okay, next is letter B, professional standards. So, teacher must meet competencies outlined by national or local teaching standards. So, being as a professional, there is a standards. So, dapat po nami-meet po natin yung competencies outlined by the national or local teaching standards. Nagpa-follow po tayo ng standard in the DepEd. Diba? Yung mga nasa DepEd yung nagtuturo na po. So, nag-follow po sila ng local teaching standards. So these include content mastery, pedagogy, assessment, and ethical behavior. So you are not just only a professional, but you are professionals having a standards that you are master about the content of your lesson, and you are and you have the pedagogy. You know that pedagogy, okay? So an assessment. So dyan po makikita if the students are learning when they have a good assessment. So dapat, and also, 'di ba, yung mga teacher gumagawa din, nag-join din sila ng mga seminars and so on. Okay, next is continuous professional development. So patuloy na nag-aaral. So kaya nga yung mga teacher nag-aaral pa din ng masters, because para mag-develop pa. Kasi yung teacher kasi hindi lang tapos ka ng college, okay na. Hindi. It continuous learning to the teacher. So, dapat may patuloy pong nag-aaral pa din yung mga teacher. So, masteral, PhD, so marami pa yan. So, professional growth through seminars. So, that's why yung mga teacher nag-undergo with seminars, research, collaboration, and reflection. So, nag-collaborate pa sila sa kung ano man pong ang mga ginagawa nila, and reflection, also reflection. Okay, so adapting curriculum changes, digital tools, and diverse needs. So dapat po marunong po mag-adapt ng mga changes and digital tools. Today's 21st century, that that in teaching dapat involved po yung mga digital tools like computers, PowerPoint, and others. So, dapat marunong po yung mga teacher mag-use ng mga ganyang mga tools. Kasi, pag hindi pa, babalik po sila sa traditional. But in teaching standards, dapat po na-adapt na po yung mga digital tools in the classroom. That is why that I think that every school has ano po yun? TB, okay? So like lead TB, and they are using laptop, HDMI, so that's all and so on. So and meet the diverse needs of the students, kasi iba-iba po yung mga needs ng mga students. So dapat you know how to handle every needs of the students. Mga iba-ibang pakailangan ng mga students. So dapat namimit po ng isang guro sa classroom. Next is accountability and professionalism. So we know as a teacher that we are accountable of what we are teaching to our students, and we are also accountable to the lives of the students. Diba? So, hindi lang teacher ka, kundi you are accountable kung anong mangyari sa mga estudyante. Diba? May mga instances yan na may mga nababalitaan tayo na isang estudyante na umuwi, pero sabi ng isang ina na hindi daw umuwi sa kanilang bahay. So, saan naman sila galing? Sa school naman sila. So, dapat the teacher, we are accountable of that situation. We know how to handle that situation, and we know how to explain that situation. Sabihin mo, umuwi naman siya galing sa school. Okay. So, dapat we respected that situation. So, unprofessionalism. So, we know dapat professional tayo in dealing with other people. So, teachers are accountable to students, sabi ko na kanina, schools, families, and society. So, school also, we are also accountable that in what we are doing in the schools and in our society. Okay, because we are like in a circle. So data-driven instruction, transparent grading are part of ethical practice. So dapat we are transparent when we are grading the students' performance. We are not unfair. Okay? So, pinapakita natin na ito yung ginawa ng estudyante. Kaya, nakakuha niya yung grade na yan. So, and data-driven instruction. So, dapat alam natin, alam mo yung to instruct the students, 'di ba? Because it is part of our ethical practice. Okay, next is balancing personal and professional life. Okay, so dito po, dapat nababalance po natin yung ating personal and professional life. Kasi, yung teacher kasi naman, they have the emotions, they have a responsibility in their lives, in their homes, and in their families. So, dapat nababalance mo natin yan. Hindi natin dinadala sa school yung mga problem natin, yung mga stress ng nangyayari sa buhay natin, hindi natin dinadala sa school. Kaya dapat, we're also maintaining boundaries while showing compassion. Diba? So, dapat meron po talagang boundaries to the teacher and the students. So, okay lang po mag-share sila, mag-share ka, but there is a boundaries between the two. Okay. So, time management and stress coping strategies. So, dapat alam natin i-manage yung ating mga time sa school, sa life, and all. And stress coping strategy. Dapat gamay na po natin yung ating mga stress like other. Okay. So that is the life of being a teacher. So, next is number 3. So, the teacher as a community leader and social advocate. So yung mga teacher dapat is being a community leader. So, di ba po yung mga, nagkakaroon tayo ng election, so that is why that yung mga guro po yung kinukuha because we are a community leader and social advocate. So, teachers, agent of change. So, education play a role in societal development. So, malaki po yung role ng education in societal development. Kasi dyan po nagsisimula yung karunungan ng mga estudyante, di ba? So, my good students because nalalaman nila in education. So, natuturuan na sila ng magandang ugali. Okay? So, that is why that education has a big role in societal development. So, may mga batang walang respeto kasi they are not taught in a good manner in their lives. But when there is an education, respect will always the highest in the societal development of the students. So, teaching about justice, equity, and citizenship. So, it is about the justice, the equity. So, there is always an equal and citizenship with our society. So, next is letter B, community involvement. So, teacher connects school and community. So, that is why teacher are involved in in voting. So, yung mga teacher po, 'di ba, sila yung nasa front when there is voting happen in our local community. So, because teacher connect school and also para mabigyan tayo ng kalinawan dito, nagkakaroon ng brigada, 'di ba, yung mga teacher. Ano, yung mga parents, I mean. So, yung parents and yung teacher, nagtutulungan sila sa school to clean up during the brigada. So that's why school and community are connected to each other. So organize programs, participate in local activities, and model civic responsibility. So I said earlier in our first example, the teacher is involved in voting, 'di ba? Yung nagkakaroon tayo ng local voting, 'di ba? Pag nagkakaroon tayo ng election, okay, that is why what I'm going to say, nagkakaroon ng election. So teacher is always on the go with that because uh, yung ating government is believe the teacher is honest in doing that. Okay, next is promoting equity and inclusion. So equity again and inclusion. So dapat there is an equal in our teaching. So challenge systematic inequalities in education. So dapat po there's a systematic inequalities in education. So dapat meron pong equal with our education. And advocate for marginalized learners. So, yun po yung mga marginalized mga learners. So, yung iba't ibang mga, di ba, yung mga iba't ibang belief ng mga students, the diversities of the students. So, dapat ina-advocate pa natin yan in our teaching. Inclusion, di ba? So, dapat may inclusion in our teaching. That is the marginalized learners. Next is partnership with families. So, dapat po may partnership with families. So, teachers bridge the gap between home and school. So, yung teacher po, siya po yung bridge. Di ba yung bridge? Alam natin naman na there is a valley and there is yung river and valley again. So, para makonect natin sila, magkakaroon tayo ng bridge. So, yung teacher is nagko-connect po sila ng between home and school. So, ano po yung example natin dito? For example, si teacher, yung students, galing siya sa school, sa home, at hindi niya alam yung mga ganito, yung mga ito. So, teacher well helps the students to learn that basic education. So, that is why teachers is like a bridge the gap between the home and school. So, regular communication, cultural sensitivity, and shared decision making. So, dapat meron po tayong regular communication with the families of the students and cultural sensitivity because na iba't iba yung mga kultura ng mga ng mga students. So, dapat we as a teacher, we are sensitive with speaking of of their beliefs, and others. So, on shared decision making. So, dapat i-share pa tayo ng mga decision in school with the families of the students. Next is environmental and social awareness. So, dami nating, 'di ba? Yung mga rules natin. So, marami po. So, is teach students about environmental care, social justice, and sustainability. So, that is why we are teaching to the students the good recycling of the material of in our environment. So, tinuturuan natin sila how to take care of our environment because ngayon, so, 'di ba? So, we are experiencing pagkainit ng panahon kasi yung environment is hindi na po to bumabata sabi pa yung other nature, but they are olding. So nagano na po, naglalagas ng ating nature. Kaya alagaan natin sila ng mabuti. So social justice and sustainable. So dapat aware tayo yan sa mga sa mga nangyayari sa society. And encourage critical thinking and community service. So, dapat nag-encourage tayo ng pag-think ng critical, not only shallow thinking, but critical thinking that alam nila kung tama ba to o hindi. So, dapat okay. So, on community service. So, dapat we are on the go to help in our community of what local you are and now. So, dapat we are on the go to help our community. Next is civic-minded curriculum. So, it includes topics like democracy, human rights, and voluntarism. So, yung ating topic when we are discussing for them is civic-minded curriculum. So, there's a democracy of the teaching, human rights. So, dapat include yan sa ating topic, and voluntarism. So, dapat tinuturo natin yung mga student na kung may tutulungan, dapat they are always volunteer. Okay? So, prepare students to participate in public life. So, that is why. So, it prepares students para sila mag-participate in public life. Hindi lang natuto lang sila sa discussion, kundi they're also participating in public life. Because dyan naman ma-measure yung knowledge and wisdom of the students. So, number 4 is the teacher as a model character. So, we as a teacher, we are model. Not model in the like pageant now. It is model of character. So, role modeling in teaching. Because yung students, naniniwala sila that teacher is a good teacher. Okay, so students often imitate teacher behavior. So, that is why. So, always yan. So, yung students natin ay ginagaya nila yung teacher. Kasi si teacher yan eh. Dapat imitate natin kasi teacher yan. But, when you are showing bad behavior to the students, it will imitate din po nila yan. So, dapat po, we are a role model teacher, a good role model to our students. So, teacher influence values through more than instruction. So, that is the important thing of the teacher as being a role model is we are influence values through more than instruction. Hindi lang sa instruction, kundi in our life experiences where influences them good values. Okay, next. Letter B is moral leadership. So, teacher model ethical conduct, honesty, respect, and fairness. So, ito po yung nagpo-model tayo ng honesty. Hindi dapat yung teacher ay naging dishonest in her decision, and respect, so dapat may respeto po yan, and fairness to them in dealing with the diverse needs of the students. So dapat we are fair of that situation and like situation. So ethical dilemmas offer teachable moments. So hindi po yun may iwasan that in teaching there is always a dilemma. So we as a teacher, we are always ethical and dealing with that moment in our teaching. So, letter C is professional disposition. So, ano po yung ating mga disposition in professional? So, it first, patience, reliability, humility, and a commitment to justice. So, first is patience. So, unang-unang po yan is dapat may mahabang pasensya tayo in teaching with our students. Reliability, so dapat we are reliable with our teaching. So, and also humility. So, dapat mapagkumbaba tayo. And commitment to justice. So, next is character guides teaching philosophy and decisions. Sorry. So, it guides character with our teaching philosophy. So, dyan pa tayo naga-guides with our teaching philosophy and decision in our daily life. Next is modeling growth mindset. So, it teachers shows persistence and resilience in facing challenges. So, dapat may mga teacher na they are challenged in their life but always show persistence and resilience when we are facing the challenges in our lives. So, hindi po tayo dapat magpatalo sa mga challenges in life because they are normal and the accepted in our lives. So, dapat we are persistence and resilience with the situation of our lives. So, and it helps students develop their own confidence. So, dapat tumutulong tayo na develop yung students in their confidence. Di ba may mga students na mahiyain. So, dapat we are ready to that. So, to develop their confidence. Okay, letter E. Addressing bias and prejudice. So, dapat po ay in-address po natin yung bias and prejudice. Hindi natin hinahayaan na maging bias na lang yung pag-treat ng mga students and the teacher. So, a character-driven teacher is aware of an unconscious bias. So, dapat aware tayo yan. So, mga unconscious bias na hindi natin napapansin na bias na pala yung nangyayari sa school, inside the classroom. Sorry. So, promotes equity and speaks out against discrimination. So, dapat teacher is nagpa-promote pa siya ng equality and syempre, nagsasalita siya against discrimination na it's not good that we are discriminating other person, and because it against in the teaching standards. Okay, letter F, inspiring lives through examples. So, nag-inspire pa tayo ng lives through examples. So, we as a teacher, as I said earlier, we are a good role model to our students. So, many students remember how a teacher made them feel. So, totoo po yan. So, may mga estudyante po na hindi nila makalimutan ang kanilang teacher kasi naging good sila sa kanilang buhay. So, they will not forgot what they are experienced when they are in their teaching. So that is why. So, the legacy of character extends far beyond the classroom. So, yung ating legacy is, it will extend, diba? Beyond the classroom. Hindi lang po yan sa classroom, kundi madadala po yan nila sa kanilang buhay. So, the teacher, number 5 na po tayo. So, the teacher is an expert. So, dapat expert tayo in mastery of subject matter. So, teacher must deeply understand their content area. So, dapat alam po yan ng mga teacher, deeply understand their content area. Kung ano ang kanilang tinuturo, dapat they are deeply understand. Okay? Can break down complex ideas and make them accessible. So, yung mga mahirap na mga ideas, dapat teacher are ready to break down that ideas and make them accessible. Okay, letter B is pedagogical content knowledge or PCK. So, knowing how to teach a subject well. So, dapat teacher is, alam niya, yung yung kanilang tinuturo, 'di ba? Hindi, ganito, hindi. So, dapat, ah, subject-well. Kaya sinabing teach sa subject-well. Dapat alam niya ang kanyang tinuturo or yung subject na kanyang tinuturo. So, strategies, misconceptions, and best practices for effective instruction. That is why. So, that is, nagkakaroon po tayo ng effective instruction because we are involving more strategies and misconceptions misconception of the topic. So dapat dapat we are best practices. That is why best practices for effective instructions. Curriculum and assessment expertise. So dapat we are expert with the curriculum assessment. So, aligning instruction with standards. So, dapat kung may instruction tayo, dapat align yan with the standards of by the local teaching where we are teach. Okay. Designing valid assessments and interpreting results. So, dapat po valid assessment and interpreting results of our assessments. Next is research-informed practice. So, to be an expert, so dapat we are using current research to improve instruction. So, dapat palagi tayo nagre-research to improve the instruction in the classroom. Okay, so critical thinker who evaluates educational trends. So, dapat we are always critic of our teaching. So, even evaluate natin yung ating pagtuturo kung they are trends with their educational trends in the society. Okay, next is lifelong learning. So, experts are always learning. So, hindi na you're expert, you are not learning, but you're always learning. That's why you are called experts. So, reading journals, joining associations, earning graduate degrees. So, this is why I said that teachers always continuous learning. So, they are undergo with masterals, PhD, like that. So, that's why. So, lifelong learning talaga being a teacher. So, here we go. So, this is elements inherent in a teaching profession. So, we are done now with our teaching profession. So, we are moving now to the elements inherent in a teaching professions. So, that's all the 5 rules of a teacher. Okay. Yung kanina, yung mga sinabi ko. So, ngayon naman ay pag-aaralan natin yung elements inherent in a teaching profession. So, the teaching profession is built on several essential elements that distinguish it as a true profession. So, these elements define what teachers are expected to know, do, and value. So, dito pa natin malalaman sa elements na to, being a teacher, to know, to do, and the value of our teaching. So, number 1 is specialized knowledge. So, teacher must possess deep understanding of subject matter. So, it's content knowledge and teaching methods or the pedagogy. So, dapat teacher are depth understanding with the content knowledge. Yung mga kanilang tinuturo sa mga student, but they are already know what they are teaching to the students. So, dapat alam nila ang content knowledge of their lessons. And also, teaching methods, what strategies where they are going to use in that kind of situation in the classroom. Okay. So, next is professional competence. So, teacher demonstrates skills in lesson planning, classroom management, assessment, and evaluation, and communication. So, lesson planning, in our college days. So we are taught that how to make lesson plans. So dapat teachers, so we are demonstrate with the skills. We are capable of making lesson planning and classroom management. This is an important in the school. We are a good um, classroom management. Okay, because when there's no classroom management, um, students will what well roaming around in your class because there's no classroom management, and we are not a good teacher when there's no classroom management. And always assessment and evaluation, so dapat po nagkakaroon tayo ng assessment and evaluation with our teaching. So on communication, always uh, uh, giving that in the classroom. So, code of ethics. So, ano po ba yung mga code of ethics? So, teaching follows ethical standards such as respect for learners, fairness and equality, integrity, and honesty. So, in teaching, dapat po nasusunod natin yung ethical standard. So, dapat may respeto sa estudyante, fairness and equality sa grades, integrity and honesty. So, dapat we are always honest with our teaching. We are not imparting with our experiences, but we are uh, follow what the teaching standards are in the classroom. Number 4 is continuous professional development. So, teacher engage in lifelong learning through trainings and seminars, graduate studies, professional reading and research. So, that's why teachers are always on the seminar or trainings. So, nagkakaroon ng trainings yung mga teachers. So, hindi ko man mention yung mga training seminars, but teachers are need to participate training like that situation, like that uh, example that I'm talking, because importante yan sa mga teachers kasi nagkakaroon pa ng mga professional development chance sa training sa seminars. So, graduate in studies. So, dapat we are graduate with masterals, with doctoral, and many more. And professional reading and research. So, dapat we are always knows not to read only but also with application and research. So we are ongoing research. Dapat we're always ongoing in research. So number 5 is research orientation. So teachers are encouraged to conduct classroom-based research. So dapat yung ating research are always encouraged conduct classroom-based. So dapat classroom-based po yung ating mga research. So that to improve teaching strategies. So dapat para magkaroon ng improvement in our teaching. So, because it contribute to educational knowledge. So, magkakaroon siya ng malaking contribution to educational knowledge to the students. So, when we are conducted classroom-based research. So, number 6 is autonomy and professional judgment. So, dapat meron po teacher have the ability to make decision in instruction. So, dapat meron po siyang decision in making the instruction to the students and adjust teaching based on students' needs. So, dapat yung ating teaching is nabe-base po sa mga students' need, hindi not only in your opinion, but teaching must based on the students' needs, diverse needs of the students. So, solve classroom problems. So, dapat nagagawa natin ng paraan yung mga classroom problems. Hindi kasi yan maiwasan that in each classroom has problems. So, dapat marunong po tayo solve yung mga problems within the classroom only. So, 7 is social responsibility. So, we as a teacher help shape society by forming values and character. So, that is why that we have a subject of values education, but not only teaching them, but help them to to act that values, 'di ba? Para maipakita nila sa in the society. And promoting citizenship and nationalism. So, nagpo-promote tayo ng citizenship, so, and nationalism. So, pinapahalagan natin ang bawat isa. At ating bayan, so nationalism. Supporting community development. So, it always support community development. So, dapat we are always supported with what community we are in. So, dapat we are ready to that community development. So, reflective practice. So, teacher continuously improve by evaluating their teaching. So hindi lang nagturo ka, kundi dapat we always evaluate of your teaching kung okay ba, so kung nararapat ba, so ganoon. So dapat we are reflecting always when we are teaching. So reflecting on experiences, so yung mga nangyayari sa buhay natin, so dapat we are ready to reflect that and making necessary adjustments. So kung may mga kailangan i-adjust, we are ready for making necessary adjustment in the classroom. 9 is collaboration. So collaboration means teachers work with fellow educators. So dapat hindi kasi in the school, you're not only one teacher but you are many teacher in the school. So dapat we are collaborating with our fellow educators kung for the school improvement, diba? So that is why we are collaborating with our fellow educators to improvement of the students and many more. Okay, so parents, yung mga parents dapat we are collaborated with them when speaking of the performance of their children. So yung mga projects, so like that and so on. So community stakeholders also with our community, mga leaders, diba? So we are always collaborating with them. 10 is commitment to learners. So when we are committed to learners, we have the heart of teaching. So dapat we are dedicated to the students' growth. So lagi po nating pinapalagahan yung growth ng student kasi pag we are just only imparting them the knowledge, hindi po yan magstay sa kanila. But when we are teaching them to growth in growth in their lives, it will pass on through generations, diba? So that is why in committed to the learners, we have a heart of teaching to them. So ensuring inclusive and equitable education. So dapat there is an inclusive and equitable education to the students. Supporting holistic development. So we are holistic, supporting the students, diba? For them to be a good students in person in their lives. So I think okay, that's all. So ayun na po yung last ng elements inherent in teaching profession. So I would like to summarize our discussion for today as so this is the whole summary. So the teaching profession is grounded on knowledge, skills, ethics, research, growth, responsibility, and commitment to learners. So, yan po ang ating dapat you remember that we are a teacher, we are teaching, we are grounded on knowledge. So, alam na po natin yan. They are given skills, ethics, research, growth, responsibility, and commitment to learners. So I hope that you're learning with my topic. Okay, it's about the teaching profession. So I hope that every rule be a teacher will, I hope, will reflect in our love in our lives. So, and also the elements of the teaching profession. So, have a good day, everyone. So that's all that's all the lessons I would like to present. So, yun po yung mga lesson na naka-assign sa akin in this subject. So, goodbye everyone, and thank you for listening to my topic.